The Turing Test was designed in 1950 by Alan Turing to answer the question, can machines think like a human being? One simple example of this test is the PlayStation 4 game Detroit Become Human. If you don't want any spoilers, skip to the time mentioned below. A scientist named Elijah Kamsky created the very first android to pass the Turing test. These robots can not only carry out actions specifically tied to being human, such as painting or playing the piano, art, but it is also stated that they can feel genuine emotion. Let's focus on one of the main characters, Connor, an android designed to hunt down deviants. Androids who defy their owners' orders and pursue freedom, as they claim they can think and feel and want, and they no longer want to be slaves. Connor is constantly challenged throughout the game as he starts empathizing with the very deviants he's supposed to destroy, and develops a moral compass by working with his human partner, Lieutenant Hank Anderson. And depending on the player's choices, he can become a deviant himself.
Of course, real life is not a video game. The test is much more than determining if the robot has free will. The Turing test consists of 3 participants, 1 human questioner and 2 respondents, 1 human and 1 robot. The interviewer must ask a question and then decide which one of the 2 respondents was human and which was a computer. In order for the computer to pass, it must fool the questioner and make them answer incorrectly. If it succeeds, then it is considered to have artificial intelligence.
A real-life example of the Turing test was created in the year 2000, the completely automated public Turing test to tell computers and humans apart. A mouthful, we know, which is why it's generally called CAPTCHA. This is something we find in the internet in a variety of situations, when buying something, when creating a new email account, or when filling in a form. Surely you're familiar with it. Identifying distorted letters and numbers, or clicking on pictures that have cards in them. Whatever it is, they all have the same purpose, to determine whether the user is the robot or not.
Other philosophers throughout history seem to have had the same question as Turing. Descartes made a theory in 1630 about some variations of the test. He said, "If there were machines which bore resemblance to our bodies and imitated our actions as closely as possible for our practical purposes, we should still have 2 very certain means of recognizing that they were not real men. The first is that they could never use words, or put together signs, as we do in order to declare our thoughts to others." Then in 1981, American philosopher John Searle proposed the Chinese room argument against the Turing test, which states that if an English-speaking man is locked in a room full of Chinese-speaking people with nothing but a translation book and eventually manages to answer a question in Chinese, he has passed the Turing test, even though, in reality, he was only copying the instructions given to him by the book.
So to answer the question, can machines think like a human being? Can they have a mind of their own? So far, no computer program has achieved such a level of intelligence. We all have different opinions. Some of us think that eventually technology will be able to create robots with both body and mind. They can think and feel on its own and will be deserving of the same rights as humans. While others think that machines can never truly form a conscience, that they can simulate human actions but never have the reasoning behind them. They are programmed machines and will follow whatever order given to them or act based on the information received, but they will never ask why.